Hi everyone, we're finally getting started on our new fence. In today's video, we'll be removing the picket fence in our backyard. We live in a 1940 Sears and Roebuck's catalog house, and we're on our way to transforming it into our dream home with a cozy coastal cottage vibe. This fence is almost as old as the house. When we moved in 1996, we found a sticker on the fence that dates it back to 1987, which makes it around 38 years old. That's the year I graduated high school. If you're new to my channel, I hope you'll like and subscribe. If you're a returning friend, I'd love it if you'd leave a comment. I'd like to know where you're from and what you think about the new and old fence. It has served us well for the past 29 years, but it's time to let it rest in peace, so let's get started. It's a beautiful warm June day, the birds are singing, and thank goodness it's not too hot. The heat and humidity is almost unbearable in July and August. We live in the foothills of the Tennessee mountains. We usually have a nice breeze blowing, but the humidity in the deep south can be stifling. To get started, Tom's going to dig the holes for the posts. He'll dig each hole about 18 to 24 inches deep, depending on the contour of the ground, and he can always backfill with dirt to level it out. For this project, you'll need two 4x4 posts that are 6 feet tall. You'll also need up to 7 or more 5 1/4 by 6 inch boards that are 8 feet long, depending on how low or high you want to make your fence. I'm using a foam roller to apply the mint wax honey colored stain that we bought at Lowe's last week on all the treated pine posts and rails. After I get that applied, we'll let them dry overnight before Tom uses them tomorrow. Don't worry, I time-lapsed this section because who wants to watch paint or stain dry? Since these posts are going into the ground, you want to make sure you stain the top and the bottom really well. You'll also need to apply the stain liberally to the railing as well because it's exposed to the weather. The hardest part about staining these posts for me were trying to turn the post over to stain the other side without getting it all over myself. I think I did a pretty good job, but I did back into one when we got more on the table here. Now it's time to start staining the 5 1/4 by 6 by 8 foot long pieces of lumber. Either Tom loves me a lot or he thinks I'm too slow because he comes over to help me out. He always does this, that's why I love him so much. We must have bought a different grade of pine for the board on the right because it was not taking the stain as well as the other boards. It just soaked it up as soon as you applied it, but Tom said to add more coats of the stain. It worked. Tom's going to drop the post in the holes he dug and level them out so the tops will be level with each other and so the rails will be straight. We didn't go with another picket fence because we felt boxed in and we wanted to see the road when we're in the backyard. First, he has to backfill the hole with the dirt he removed to secure the posts. Tom's checking to ensure the posts are level on the sides before he goes any further. Now Tom will finish backfilling the hole. Tom's using one of the old fence pickets to tap down the dirt to stabilize the post. He always does a final check with the level before he starts to attach anything. Now comes the fun part, tearing down the old fence. Let's hope this one lasts as long and that we live that long too. Tom installed the other post just like the last one, but we didn't film it because the process was the same. He couldn't believe how sturdy the old fence was in places. This fence has seen almost 40 years of different families living here. If only fences could talk. There she goes. Goodbye, old fence. You were a great fence and you protected us well. If only fences could talk, the tales they could tell. Well, that's one way to take it down. Just pull it up. Tom's back for round 2. Let's hope this panel goes down just as smoothly. And just like that, the first section of the old fence is down. Now we're ready to attach the new rails. We wanted to try something different, so we're going to be going horizontal with the rails instead of vertically, because I have big plans for the new fence. My goal is to transform the entire backyard into an outside oasis, just like my front porch. I'll be sharing more about my future plans in upcoming videos. Tom told me to hold my horses, slow down, and enjoy the process and satisfaction of completing this job first. Tom's clearing the weeds with the shovel and making the ground level so the rail will be flush across the bottom. Tom's using this excess piece of lumber to hold the rail level because the yard slopes. This will keep it level when he goes to attach it to the post. Now it's time to cut the rails to fit the span between the two posts. Tom already measured the distance. He had to use another piece of lumber to even out the slope. Tom's using 2-inch Torx head deck screws to attach the rails to the posts. is using a 1x4 piece of lumber to insert between each rail, so we'll be able to have a gap large enough to see through the fence, and it will evenly space each rail apart. He'll do this between each rail as he adds a new one. Now Tom is using a clamp to hold the 1x4 stable as he continues to add each piece of the railing to stabilize it as he screws each rail in to keep it level. Tom will repeat this process until this panel of the fence is completed. I'm sure he'll check to ensure everything is level again. And here's the first part of the fence that we started rebuilding with the honey stain color. And we've got it temporarily blocked off so Lola doesn't escape. And do you like the gaps, or should we go back and put in another piece to cover up the gaps? Tom and I are open to suggestions, but I kind of like it with the gaps, and I love the honey color stain. And I have to go back and paint the back part of this fence with the gel stain. Only another 128 feet to go. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment. And until the next time, live life and find what makes you happy. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.